Hi and welcome back to my channel, Julep's Garden. We're at Home Depot. It's the month of June. We're gonna go check out what they have in stock. Okay, it looks like they have lots of good stuff. They're fully stocked. First up, we see this Russian sage. I'm really excited about this plant. I haven't grown it myself, but last year I saw it planted in a big mass, and once it's fully grown, it makes such a statement. It's kind of got these purple blooms, much like salvia or lavender, and it's also supposed to be drought resistant. So if you have a full sun area, you want a nice statement piece, this would be a good option. Next up were these beautiful foxgloves. I love the foxglove. It's very much like a cottage vibe type of garden. So these were $19.98. Now foxgloves will usually bloom for you about 2 years and then the plant will die back, but it will self-seed if you let it or if you have an environment where the seeds can drop and germinate. But I think these are so beautiful. The bees also love them. And it is good to know that they are toxic, so just be careful with pets and children. And I was very surprised on how much inventory they still have with herbs and vegetables. I thought by this time, especially in our area, it would be dwindling, but they were fully stocked. However, I didn't see any markdowns on any of these. I know Lowe's was already having during Memorial Day. I think it was 3 for $10, but I didn't see any markdowns here. And this is the variety of watermelon that I'm going to try to grow for the first time. It's the ice box and it's supposed to do small, says perfectly rounded sweet fruit. So if you guys have any tips on growing watermelon, let me know. I'm very excited to grow it this year. But it's definitely not too late. If you're a little behind planting your garden, there's still lots of inventory left for you. I just came across this. Look, it's a Fairy Trail Bride Cascade Hydrangea from Proven Winner. So I haven't seen this out in the stores before. I'm hoping that there's more somewhere else because this one's not looking the greatest. But this one is, see the little picture here, it cascades over the edges. Isn't that pretty? And it says it's reblooming, so that's good. And this is Bee Balm. I highly recommend this perennial, especially from Proven Winners. They're supposed to have a variety that's more resistant to powdery mildew. So they have a smaller size here. This is Pardon My Lavender. So it's $17.98. And then they have the larger size for, I believe that is $18.98. But the bees absolutely love this. It is called Bee Balm for a reason. They have some Shasta daisies, also from Proven Winners, $12.98. This is Amazing Daisies Banana Cream, a 2.5 quart container. And this looks like it's another variety of a Shasta daisy. It's Amazing Daisies Marshmallow, $12.98. And they also had these alliums from Proven Winners. These were $12.98. This is a perennial and it's got these fun little purple globes on the top. And it's in the onion family. So the tag actually says it's pretty good at being resistant against deer and rabbits. And it said it's a good companion for the Russian sage we saw earlier. And this is a Proven Winner Salvia. The variety is Pink Profusion. It's $8.98 and I was impressed that they have a smaller size since a lot of the Proven Winner perennials tend to come in big sizes only. And another pretty purple wispy flower is Catmint. This is the Vigoro brand. I think that's the Home Depot brand for $9.98 and it's a 2.5 quart container. And these are coreopsis for $6.98. Now, I have read that coreopsis are edible. Have any of you guys ate your coreopsis? And do you know anything about, is it specific varieties or is it all coreopsis? They had lots of beautiful lamb's ear. If you haven't touched this plant before, this is such a neat plant. The leaves are actually furry. It is pretty neat. And often you can divide these throughout your garden as they continue to grow. These were $8.98. They had such a beautiful selection of caladiums. If you love caladiums, you should go check out what they have because they had such beautiful varieties. You'll see some further on in the video. Just gorgeous, huge leaves. Caladiums love heat and humidity, so they're really easy in our area. And this was my first year where I actually was able to save part of the little bulb, and I was able to grow it again this year, and it was very easy, so they don't have to be annuals if you want to save them for the next year. And these caladiums were the Vigoto brand, and they were $5.98. And these get about 2 feet tall. This seems to be another variety that doesn't have a brand name, but these are $7.98. And then there's this Proven Winners brand, and it comes with a little container for $14.98. This variety is one of my favorites. I just love the way it looks like they're paper thin. Okay, so sun patience. I have fallen in love with sun patience. They are so low maintenance and they give so much flower power. I recommend it to any new gardener because they don't need to be fertilized as often as maybe say a petunia. They're perfect for those hard spots where maybe you have half sun or part shade and maybe you're getting intense hours of the sun in the afternoon but not enough to grow something that's sun loving. These have really done well for me in many areas of the garden. So I highly recommend it. These are $5.98 and you can choose your color. And it looks like they do have the Proven Winner Super Tunias. It looks like they have some of the bubblegum pink. These are not looking the best. I can't find a price on these, but the Calibrachoas in the same size are $6.98. So they're coming in around $7. And also from Proven Winners, they had sweet potato and vine in these smaller containers, 1 pint containers for $3.98. So that's nice just to see a smaller container because something like the sweet potato vine will take off and grow so quickly. You really don't need to buy it in a bigger size. And these are perfect for containers if you're looking for something to spill off the edge. And look at the contrast between these colors. They look so beautiful. How beautiful does this corner here look with the combination of all these? And I love this dark sweet potato vine color with the white sun patience. That would be a beautiful combination. Could even, for some height, put in some caladiums. And they had these begonias for $4.98. Begonias are so easy. You can put them in any place of the garden, sun or shade. And the good thing is they grow evenly wherever you put them. And look at all these caladiums they have. This is the time to come get your caladiums. Look how big these are. Look, this is the size of my hand. Oh, this is gorgeous. Beautiful, paper thin. Look how huge it is. And these containers for $24.98. And it just says Caladium. I was interested to see if it's a different variety because it's so large, but it still says the same thing, that they get up to 24 inches high. I'm looking at these terracotta pots. I'm trying to figure out which price is for which, but aren't they beautiful? And these prices aren't bad. This one says it's a 17-inch clay tall tulip terracotta for $19.97, which I think is this one. For this size, it's a pretty good price. And then it says the 14-inch ornate vase is $19.97. Wondering if it's this one. And the really big ones back there, 22-inch, $64. But look at this one. Oh, I love these. So beautiful. And they had a lot of the Proven Winner hydrangea trees. So this one in particular was $119, and it is the variety Pinky Winky. So it's supposed to get a pink color. They have the Limelight for the same price. Have any of you guys who live in the South with Limelight hydrangeas, have you guys ever had any color change like this in the fall? Let me know. And they have a ton of the bloom-struck hydrangeas. These are the ones I planted all along the side of my house. Now, I did wait to the end of season, and I got them for about $8 each. But of course, if you're in a rush, you can go ahead and get them now. They're $19.98. And I just love this color, kind of a cross between blue and purple. So beautiful. And this is the original if you want to compare the colors. These tend to be more like of a light blue. And they have these like faux plastic containers. It's a 14-inch, $59.98. And this is another Endless Summer variety. This is Summer Crush. And this looks to be like a Home Depot brand, the Vigoro. And it's mini penny is what the container says. Kind of looks like the across like of the bloomstruck. And this one is $29.98. And this is the Let's Dance Can Do, another variety of the Proven Winners reblooming hydrangeas. And this is another plant that stays covered with bees. The bees love it. So it's known as either Speedwell or Veronica. And this container is $16.98. It's from the Vigoro brand, but there's a lot of varieties to this. I've seen it in white, pinks, and purples. And I love this bee right here, all the different colors combining together. They're just such happy, bright colors. Now, you might have heard of black-eyed Susans before, but there are different varieties, and so this is a different variety. Maybe it's not the common one you see everywhere. As you can tell, it has this kind of dark orange center, and the flower itself is bigger than the more common black-eyed Susan. This is Canna Adriana, a canna hybrid. It gets up to 30 inches tall, and it's cool party to 10 degrees. And they have this one is Canna Gloria. Look at this, they have Brunnera. This one is $16.98 for 1.5 size gallon container. This is great if you have shade, and the silvery foliage kind of pops out. I have found that in my shade garden, light colors reflect the light really nice, and they tend to pop in the darkness. And in spring, it has a beautiful blue blooms. And I fell in love with the color of these carnations. It's almost like a pale peach color, and I imagine it would pair really nicely with purples. And this container is for $8.98, and it says that this variety of carnation will grow to 2 feet tall. So I thought it might be a good addition for my cut flower garden. Let me know if you guys have grown carnations and if they're difficult or easy. They have some canna lilies, and these are $14.98. And it looks like they have another variety of coreopsis. This one's tick seed, $16.98. And they do have the Proven Winner roses. Let's see what varieties they have. They are 2-gallon size containers for $29.98. They have Rise Up Ringo, and it's fully budded and ready to bloom. They have Oh So Easy Double Red. And they have Oh So Easy Double Pink. I'm surprised I don't see the at last one. It's kind of like I believe it's like a salmon color one, and it's usually the one to go first. So unless they've all been bought out already, but I feel like it's early in the season for them to be sold out. But anyways, a lot of these, if you don't mind waiting, of course, will go on sale. But if you just gotta have them now, they are $29.98. Look at these beautiful Rose of Sharon. This one is dark lavender chiffon, and these are $29.98. Look at this one. This is blue chiffon, and this one is Paraplu Violet. And they also have little quick fire hydrangeas. And they have the Pugster Blue, the butterfly bush from Proven Winners. This is supposed to be a dwarf variety that only gets 2 feet tall and wide, which is nice. I have one and it gets huge every year, and I have to say the butterflies do absolutely love these. I love to see color contrast like this. It's so beautiful. This one is Jazz Hands, the Chinese French flower. And this is, let's see, this is Aspirea for $26.98. And they have the Proven Winners Miss Molly butterfly bush, which is another variation, and it has these kind of purple pink blooms. This one does get bigger, growing up to 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. And they still have lots of marigolds. Let's see how much they are. They smell nice. $3.98. That's a good price. This seems like it's an 8-pack. Oh, and look at these dahlias. So beautiful. This comes with kind of like a little barrel whiskey container for $44.98. And look at another variety of these black-eyed Susans. These are huge. So pretty. And they have more sun patience, but these are a slightly larger container. These are $9.98, a 2.5 quart size. And the foxtail fern for $16.98. And one of my absolute favorite begonias. They're like tuberous begonias for $14.98. So when I first started gardening, I was always a little confused because I would see in landscapes these tall, beautiful begonias, and then I would buy some and they would only grow up to maybe a foot tall. So I learned that there are different varieties. So this one, for example, is a taller variety, and this one I believe they're selling for $9.98, and they call it the big begonia, hence it grows taller than the other ones. I was just looking at these petunias. These are $5.98, and I thought, wouldn't this be pretty with that in the background and this in the front? It'd be such a happy summer combination. And they still have lantana, $5.98. These are supposed to be deer resistant. And we have some Gerber daisies for $9.98. Look at these dahlias, so beautiful. So I have some dahlias growing from tubers this year, so I'm excited to see how it goes. I have gotten potted once before and they've struggled a little bit, but we'll keep trying. This one is 2.2 gallon size container for $19.98. But let me know what has been your experience when you've bought them potted like this at the store. Do they last all season for you? Oh, and here they have a bigger size lantana. Let's see how much these are. If I can grab one. Oops. So $9.98. And these get, how high do you get? And these get 3 to 5 feet. So these are going to grow really nice and big. And look at this celosia. My parents used to have some celosia and it would grow huge every year. This one is $9.98, and this one gets up to 24 inches tall and wide, so it's not as big of a variety. And they have the drift roses, and I love this color. I love this color. It's kind of a cross between a pink and peach salmon. And they call this a rose drift patio tree for $49.98, but this is normally what the drift roses look like. And they have lots of knockout roses for $19.98. and these are 1-gallon size containers. If you're looking for a low maintenance easy rose, this is a good one. So you remember those large terracotta pots we saw earlier? They were about 64. So this is basically a plastic version. These are $34.97. So it is half the price. See, it's like a plastic, but I think that's pretty good if you're trying to get something with the same amount of impact. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I love interacting with you and learning from you. I know some of you have so much experience, and I love sharing my passion of gardening with you. So make sure you like and subscribe. I have a fun video coming where I share my dream kitchen garden with you guys.